ESPN's Jeremy Fowler polled 70 executives across the NFL, and they have ranked their top 10 pass rushers. So we got to ask the question, is Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson the best duo since they both landed inside the top 10? Who should move up? Who should move down? We're going to talk about that. And lastly, on today's episode, we're going to talk about if Luther Burden is a breakout candidate wide receiver for the Chicago Bears in 2026. Before we talk about it and break it all down, though, you gotta hear the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, NFL fans, and welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve-O. So if you tuned in, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It's a simple two-step process to support the channel. Steve-O, what's the word?
What's the word?
Hey man, football. We getting back in the thick of things. We had the NBA go ahead and slide through with their draft and their playoff, and then we got the World Cup that's been busting. But now we getting closer and closer to our favorite time of the year, and that is NFL training camp. But Steve-O, we got to talk about it first thing first. ESPN, they released their rankings that they polled 70 executives for, and here's that top 10 list according to those execs, and we have it on the screen for some of you guys that are watching. Myles Garrett came in at 1, Micah Parsons at 2, Will Anderson Jr. at 3, Max Crosby at 4, Aiden Hutchinson at 5, 6, Danielle Hunter, 7, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa comes in at 8, Brian Burns comes in at 9, and rounding out that top 10, we have Nick Bonita out of Denver. So Steve-O, first, I got to ask you, how you feeling about the list? And then on the second part of that answer, if you feel like since Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson made it into the top 10, are they the best duo edge rushers in the league?
This list is a little weird, but it's just a little weird. The first top 3, I have no complaints with. Honestly, top 4, I have no complaints with. Aiden Hutchinson at 5 is arguable. I mean, he did have 14 sacks this last season. So yeah, I mean, that's arguable. Danielle 6, arguable. Now when it get questionable, I feel like Nick Bonita should have been in that 7 to 5 range in my opinion, because the type of season he had, and even Brian Burns should have been in the top 5 conversation in my opinion. So, like, if I had to swap, first of all, Nick Bosa not in this conversation because I mean, it has nothing to do. It's not even nothing to do with his talent. You didn't play. You've been hurt, right. So you shouldn't even be in this conversation. But if I had to rewrite, like if I had to change shit around, I'll probably put Nick at 5. I'll probably move Aiden to like 7. And I'll probably switch Brian Burns and Aiden Hutchinson out. Because I think Brian Burns just had a way more. It was a crazy year for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is a good part. I agree with you on the Nick Bonita part when it comes to the list. Hey man, TJ Watt wasn't better than him last year. Nor Nick Bosa. I'm sorry. It's just like if we could pull up stats, we could go out there, base it off the eye test, and if both of them don't signal that Nick Bonita is better than both of these guys at this point of their careers, and just basing it off last year, yeah, there's no way that you could tell me that TJ Watt and Nick Bosa is better than Nick Bonita. But Steve-O, the second part is, do you believe that Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson is the best duo in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
It's 100%. Like, especially when you come in, like, and that's usually what it is. Like, this is an anomaly. Normally, 9 times out of 10, you don't get 2 excellent edge rushers on both sides. Usually, you have one excellent one on the edge, and you have some surrounding good people on the edge. I mean, on the defensive line as help support. Case in point in the Green Bay Packers with Micah and the rest of them. Case in point with Dallas before he went over there. Case in point with Max Crosby and the rest of the people. Like it's usually one significant person. Hell, Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett was probably the biggest one because that defense wasn't no slouch behind them, but it was an even bigger problem when Myles Garrett is out there. But yeah, with Myles Garrett being 3 and then the other motherfucker being 6, I mean, yeah, like you're both of the top 10, and the stats show it. For Danielle Hunter, it looked like he's getting better with age, with him turning 32 this year, being 31. So yeah, when it comes down to it, that's definitely the best duo when it comes to edge in the league.
I agree with you 100% because if you look at this duo right here, to your earlier point, we look at guys like Montez Sweat with the Chicago Bears. They said they had Dayo Dingbo on the opposite side of him, and we know Chicago fans are not happy with that. Then you look at guys like Michael Parsons and Rashawn Gary, who's no longer with the Green Bay Packers because couldn't rush the quarterback well enough for them to be like, you could stick around a little bit longer. So I think that's a great point. And both of these guys are getting paid big money, and rightfully so, because let's keep it a buck. If CJ Stroud just play at a C level, they going to the Super Bowl last year. But he was FFF. Like, bro, it was terrible. It was just terrible. And man, hopefully CJ Stroud can find himself again, find that confidence again, because that defense is ready to win a championship, bro. Ready to win a championship. And the only thing that's lacking is the quarterback position right now, and that's the biggest question on the team, and hence why he still hasn't been re-signed or extended, because they just don't know. So he got to lock in and get it right so he can recoup it, go get his money, and then, you know what I'm saying, go out there and lead these guys, because that defense is ready. But hell yeah, shout out to these two players right here, man, because they put fear in you when they come to town, bro.
Yeah,
they absolutely.
Nobody want to see Houston. I'll tell you that right now.
And they just had themselves a solid draft as well, and added on to the offensive side of the ball as well. So they look like a team that's ready. And these two guys are leading the way. It's crazy how Danielle Hunter is that, crossed the age of 30 and still putting up big time numbers like the way that he's doing.
Bro got 54 sacks in the past 4 years.
Crazy work. Crazy work, ain't it?
Right behind Garrett, which is even crazier, with 67.
Exactly. Hey, I did an episode to where it was some hot takes. I did it later, so you wasn't available. They predicting that this man can go get another 20 sacks this season.
He can. He literally can.
That'd be crazy, bro. The last time pass rusher accumulated 20 sacks in consecutive seasons was 1946.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, this is the first time in his career he don't got to be perfect.
That's it.
He literally don't have to be perfect. Like, he could go out there and literally just say, I just need a sack a game.
For real. Now, the last player to have multiple seasons with 20 sacks, it was JJ Watt, but it wasn't in consecutive seasons.
Yeah, I think it was like a year. It was like a year, and then down year, then a year out after.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly how I went with JJ Watt.
And that was freaky ass
crazy.
JJ Watt.
Yeah, boy. That man, woo. I don't know who raised him, but bro was a madman rushing the pass.
Because all them niggas is crazy. Papa Watt is crazy.
No, the man was going crazy over there. But man, shout out to the people that made this list. If you feel like somebody is missing off the list, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and drop that down in the comment box below. Now, Steve-O, we're going to switch gears to Luther Burton. In Chicago, they called him Luth Vader. Shout out to my homegirl Choco on TikTok coming up with the name Luth Vader and spreading the word. But ESPN Peter Schrager, he was put on a spot, Steve-O, and he had the name of a young player that can have a breakout season in 2026. And Luther Burton came up, and I thought that was an interesting take. Steve-O, do you feel like Luther Burton, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, is a breakout candidate?
Yeah, because he's going to have every opportunity in the world to do so. DJ Moore is gone. And everything that DJ Moore was good at or listed as his responsibility on this team would probably be Usher to you, in my opinion. Because it's a lot of similarities. The after the catch, the strength with the ball, the playmaking skills once the ball is in their hands. That's a prime example for somebody to go from where they was at last year to a big standard, especially when somebody is moved out the way. So yeah, I'm not shocked to hear his name because that's usually what happens when you have, especially when you coming on hearing the history of Luther, his time in Mizzou, and pretty much everybody thought he was going when he came out of college, he was going to be one of the best wide receivers in his class, and for him to fall to the second round was kind of crazy in a lot of people's eyes. So with him getting the chance that he get, I think that's what everybody's looking for. This is his first time to get the chance that he got in Mizzou on a NFL scale. So we're gonna see what he do with it.
Absolutely. I know a head coach like Ben Johnson was like, hold on, he slid? Let's get him. When he slid to the second round and the Chicago Bears selected him. But I absolutely agree with you, bro. I think that he absolutely should be on the list of breakout candidates across the NFL. And simply because if we watch some of those big time moments at the latter part of the season, especially before you even hit the playoffs. The San Francisco game, he was going off. Like he had himself an outstanding game versus the San Francisco 49ers in a shootout in the game to where the Chicago Bears were trying to position themselves for the playoffs. And he showed up. And you talk about the talent and the ability, the yards after the catch, he loves yak. I love it too, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Cognac boy. So that yak is going to be huge for him. And I think that right there, he has strong hands. He has the, you know what I'm saying, the ability to run really good routes. And I definitely would have him as a breakout candidate. Steve-O, is there a name that you have in mind for another breakout candidate that wasn't talked about right now?
I got a couple. I got another wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh,
I think he's poised for a breakout. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult because we still don't know what the quarterback situation exactly is going to be over there. But I think if he's still listed as what we think he is coming out of Ohio State, he got to make a jump. And then my other one is Cam Ward.
I like
I
those
just
two.
think Cam Ward he started turning it on as well as the whole entire Titans team started turning it on in the second half of the season. And going into this year, we already know how psychotic and determined he is in the offseason to get better on top of the things he learned. And then on top of what they did, get new coaching, bringing Brian Daboll as your offensive coordinator now, Robert Saleh as your defensive coordinator, and then going out there to have the offseason and the draft that you did, bringing in him actual weapons, quality weapons, a wide receiver out the draft he could build with for the foreseeable future. I think he's poised to. Cam is here to stay top of year, in my opinion.
I agree with that, and I like both of those selections. I'm gonna see what Marvin Harrison do this season, but I think it's time, bro. You came out of college with too much talent and too much hype to have the years to your career start off like this. But the Cam Ward one was excellent because Robert Saleh had the great migration happen. And once he got hired, all his Jets defensive players came over there.
On my mama.
And I think that you have a great point with Cam Ward. What better two minds to have than a Robert Saleh and a Brian Daboll working together on offense and defense, and as the head coaches that they were, and now Robert Saleh being the lead
great
guy.
Situation.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Tennessee Titans, they did a great job, so hopefully they can get some wins. But Steve-O, I'm gonna go with Ashton Jeanty as my breakout candidate this season because last year 975 yards, 5
he got
touchdowns,
a sitter now too.
55 receptions behind a terrible O-line and bad head coaching. Now you go out there and get Clint Kubiak. You go get Tyler Linderbaum. They also signed another guard, Spencer Buford. And then you just made tremendous additions all around your team, some veterans and some young players. So I think that if you can go get 975 yards behind terrible offensive line, what can you do behind a offensive coordinator / head coach that knows how to call a football game and just won the Super Bowl? And his Super Bowl MVP was the running back.
Yep.
Crazy work. So I think that's good stuff, man.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
I forgot about Ashton. That's a good one.
Yeah, bro. That's some good stuff, man. I think it's gonna be interesting to watch all these guys grow up, bro. That's the good thing about the NFL. Sometimes you just don't know who the hell gonna jump off the screen at any given moment.
Yep. Could be an astronaut. Never know.
On the real, what?
A rocket scientist.
Facts. On the real, definitely. But hey, man, you got anything left for today's episode, bro?
No. I got a sneaky. Well, we need to do defense. Let me do defense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
And Jordan Phillips.
I like that because Malachi Starks, he definitely was getting better and better as the season went on.
Especially having Humphreys next to you, that could be the best duo safety.
Yeah, bro. They got Billy Bowman Jr. down there in Atlanta, bro. And my man Hayes on Chicago Bears Central was really a fan of him.
Yeah,
and Atlanta got him. And he had a solid season last year. I think he could potentially break out too.
I could see that. I could definitely see that for sure.
I'm honestly, Steve-O, McNeil Warren got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. He could potentially have a great first season. And as a rookie,
because that defense still, like I said, even though they lost Myles Garrett, I still don't think that defense is gonna be a drop off.
No, bro. You got Jared Verse, you got the rookie of the year in Schlesinger, you got Mason Graham, you still got Denzel Ward on the outside. Yep. You drafted,
you added that motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. We keep saying it. Cleveland biggest issue is the quarterback. They have talent, bro. They have talent.
I ain't gonna lie, if I was Cleveland, bro, I'd been this motherfucker like, hey, Cincinnati, y'all want y'all quarterback anyway. Come on. Send his ass to the real Ohio.
Steve-O, this may be hot take-ish. If the Buccaneers keep playing around, Cleveland, you better make up some stuff. Call Baker and say, we apologize.
We sorry. We sorry.
Here go a big fat check.
I hope this work out. Anything that we did in the past that made it hurt your feelings, we apologize.
We apologize. We're gonna fly you and the wife out on a PJ. We're gonna give you a per diem stipend for the year.
We gonna give you a goddamn street name on the side of the goddamn stadium.
Oh, bro, this
Baker Boulevard. Fuck you about.
Tell Tampa Bay if they keep playing. Y'all better make that call. I'm telling you, it's okay. And you know what I'm saying? Buddy ain't that no more. Kevin Stefanski, we good.
You definitely ain't that no more.
But we go see what's to it, man. But hey, shit, we got it all out. You good?
Yep.
But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. That is it from us today. Before you get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell as well, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football. And y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
This has